The same thing. And I need you to bring it over here. Bring that thing over here. But the Bible says, Jesus says something. The disciples said, all right, yeah, Lazarus is sick, Jesus. He said, yeah. All right, come on, let's go. No. My assignment isn't done yet over here. Did you hear what I just said? I said, no, he about to die. So you need to, come on. He said, no. Sickness is not unto death. And just walks away. Now, let me paint the picture for you, because I'm not like my father. I'm not going to act like that. But I want to paint the picture for you. The Bible says he tells the disciples. But there's nowhere where he says he tells Martha. Can you imagine needing help from Jesus, but you don't get a reply back? When you need help from Jesus, when you're in dire straits, when your back is against the wall, and you're saying, Lord, help me, but there's nobody answering. There's no reply. No recall button. Absolutely nothing. I want you to imagine the frustration with Martha. I've been bragging on you for years, but yet you don't even give me a reply. I've been praising your name for years, but yet you don't give me a reply. You see, that's the season where most of us are in. We're frustrated. We're mad at ourselves because we're looking at Jesus saying, Lord, I've been bragging on your name, but when I need you most, I don't hear anything from you. The Bible says that 4 days pass, and Jesus makes up in his mind, now it's time to go to Bethany. The Bible says he travels to Bethany. And before he even gets to the gate, can I use you as Martha? Mikey. Before he even gets to the gate, the Bible says Martha hears that he's coming. Can you imagine the fumes that's coming out of Martha's head right now? I know, look, it's been 4 days. He didn't even text me back. It's been 4 days. Here's Jesus. He walking through us. Look, his hair divine. He walking. Like nothing happened. Yeah. Well, like nothing happened. The Bible says Martha, she doesn't even give Jesus time. Once she hears that he's here, she meets him where he is. You see, you have to get desperate enough for an answer. Not to wait for Jesus to come to you, but as soon as you hear Jesus is moving somewhere, no, I'm going to come to New Birth because I need an answer. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I need an answer. And you're about to get it. All right. The Bible says Martha, she meets Jesus at the gate. And she doesn't even give God praise or nothing when she sees him. Because it's normal, for a man to do all these miracles, you need to admire Jesus. You need to lift him up. But the Bible says she skips past that and asks him a question. Or not even a question, a statement. If you had been here, my brother would not be dead. Watch out for people who only give God praise when he's doing something. Watch out for those type of people who can't give God glory unless he's doing something. The Bible says that she meets him and she doesn't give him praise. She doesn't give him honor. Jesus is in her presence, but she doesn't do any of that. She's asking questions. Watch out for people who miss out in worship because things are going crazy in their outside life. God. She says, if you hadn't been here if you had been here, my brother would not be dead. My brother would not be dead. If you had showed up on time, my brother would not be deceased. If you had shown up, my brother would still be alive. And the Bible says that Jesus tells him, he tells her, he says, he's going to arise. He's going to arise in the resurrection. I know Martha was black because she said something so smart. She said, Jesus, I know he's going to rise. She patted her head. I know he's going to rise, Jesus, in the resurrection. Signifying that she didn't take what he said as a down payment. So she said, I know he's going to arise in the resurrection. Can you imagine the goal of Martha? Look, I'm picturing Martha right now. She got her hair weaved. She patting it. She got Crocs in. Like I know she's going in the resurrection. And the Bible says she just walks off. You got the nerve to walk off on Jesus? You got the nerve to walk off on Jesus. The Bible says she goes back to the house and she tells Mary, she says, Mary, hey Mary, Jesus here. Yeah, that man that we was all, the same man who let our brother die, he here. You can go talk to him. But I'm not going to talk to him. The Bible says that when Mary heals this, she comes to Jesus. And watch this. She says the exact same thing. She's crying. She says, Lord, if you hadn't been here, Lord have mercy, my brother would still be alive. Yes. All right. Lord, if he hadn't showed up on time, our marriage would still be together. Lord, if you hadn't showed up on time, then my children wouldn't be going through hell right now. God have mercy. The Bible says, she tells him this, and Jesus says something to speak. He says something. He says, take me to where he lay. Oh God, take me to where he lay. Now the question in the text is, why did he say, take me to Mary, but not to Martha? When they said the exact same thing. Lord, why did he move on her behalf when he said the exact same thing? That's a question I wonder when I'm going through in my own self. Why are you moving for them when I pay the exact same times? When I go to church every Sunday like they do. When I go to a prayer meeting like they do. I need answers. Why are you going to move for her and not move for me? Oh, God. Have you ever been so frustrated because you know you're doing all you can, but it seems like nothing is coming of it? But then when you look at your neighbor, you see them with a house, them with a car, them with a family. I'm doing the exact same thing. Yeah. Come on now. God, I need answers. I'm sick of struggling like this. I need answers. I'm sick of going through like I'm going through. I need answers, Percy. But I noticed something. When Mary is even introduced to the text, they introduce Mary as the one who wiped Jesus' feet. All right. God. The one who put ointment on his feet and wiped his feet with his hair. And I begin to think, and why on earth would they say that for her and not say that for anybody else in the text? They introduced Lazarus, they introduced Martha, but when they introduced Mary, oh, the one who wiped his feet with ointment in her hair. Like that was a Transformer introduction. Who wiped her feet with her hair. I'm like, why would they introduce her like that? And then I noticed something. There must be something different in how she carries herself. And then I looked at the text again, and I can picture Martha looking at Mary like, how on earth is Jesus moving for her and not moving for me? But then I looked at something again. It said when Mary came, she bowed down crying,